You wish to hear my story? Not the grand tales of kings and battles, but the quiet, troublesome tale of a man who knew only that he knew nothing? Very well, sit. The hemlock has not yet been poured, and the sun is still high over Athens. I will tell you. They call me the wisest man in Athens. A fine and flattering title, is it not? It began with a story. A friend of mine, Chaerephon, a man of passionate heart, went to the Oracle at Delphi and asked the priestess if any man was wiser than Socrates. She, speaking for the god Apollo, declared that no one was wiser. When I heard this, I was perplexed. I thought to myself, what in the world does the god mean? What is this riddle? For I am only too conscious that I am not wise at all. What can he mean by saying that I am the wisest? To solve the riddle, I set out on a little quest. I went to a man with a great reputation for wisdom, a politician, full of fine words and the confidence of the crowd. I conversed with him, and after we spoke, I perceived that while many people, especially himself, thought him wise, he was not. I tried to show him that he thought he knew something which he did not in fact know. Well, you can imagine how that was received. He disliked me, and so did many of the bystanders. As I left him, I reasoned to myself, well, I am wiser than this man, for neither of us probably knows anything truly fine and good, but he thinks he knows something when he does not. Whereas I, as I do not know, do not think I know either. I seem then, in this small way, to be wiser than he is. I do not think I know what I do not know. Next, I went to the poets. I took up their finest works and asked them to explain the deeper meanings. To my astonishment, they could not. They spoke lines of great beauty, but they could not count for them. Their wisdom was not their own. It was like a divine breath that filled them, but they themselves understood little. Then I went to the artisans and the craftsmen. Here, I found men who did know many fine things, how to shape stone, how to build a ship, how to forge a sword. And because they were wise in their great crafts, they thought themselves wise in all other great matters, like how to live a good life and govern a city. This error of theirs, I saw, overshadowed their particular wisdom. So I became a sort of gadfly, you see. Athens is a great and noble horse, but it is also sluggish from its size and needs to be stirred up by a little biting fly. That was my divine mission, to show people their own ignorance, not out of malice, but as a service to the god. For an unexamined life, I began to see, is not worth living for a human being. My method is simple. I only ask questions. I have no grand system to sell you, no secret doctrine. I ask, what is courage, or what is justice? And when a young man like Plato, or a general, or a merchant gives me a confident answer, I simply ask another question, and then another. I show them how their first answer does not hold, how it contradicts itself, how it is too narrow or too broad. We tease out the truth together, like midwives helping to birth a thought. I am the son of a midwife, did you know? Her name was Phaneretic. She helped bring bodies into the light. I try to help bring thoughts. And just as she knew when a birth was false, I can tell when an idea is stillborn. People think I make the weaker argument appear the stronger. Nonsense. The first only show that an unexamined argument is weak, no matter how loudly it is shouted. This, of course, has won me many enemies. The powerful men I have embarrassed, the fathers whose sons now question everything. They have grown tired of my buzzing. They have charged me with impiety and corrupting the youth. They say I do not believe in the gods of the city. But how can that be, when my entire life has been in obedience to a divine voice, a daimonion that whispers to me and tells me what not to do? They do not listen. They hear only the sting, not the purpose behind it. So now I am here, in this cell, telling you my story. They will offer me a chance to escape, to stop my questioning and live a quiet life. I will refuse. To flee would be to betray my own arguments. I have spent my life arguing that one must obey the laws of the city, for they have given you life and education. To break them now to save my own skin would make my whole life a lie, a cheap performance. No, I've chosen to die. It is a simple thing, really. Either it is a dreamless sleep, which is a wonderful gain, or it is a journey to another place where I can continue my questioning with the great souls of the past. Homer, Odysseus, Agamemnon. What a delightful prospect that would be. So let them bring the hemlock. I have done what the gods set for me. I have shown people that the beginning of wisdom is the admission of ignorance. I have not given them answers, but I have given them something more valuable, a question. Remember this. Do not worry about your life, but about your living. Let your soul be as good as possible. For it is not life, but the good life, that is to be chiefly valued. Now, Crito, tell the man to bring the cup. The story is told. It is time to see if the ending is as interesting as the middle.